Hey everyone, and welcome to this month's episode. This month I'm going to really be focusing on a specific topic with you guys as opposed to market stats, because it's something that is happening all around the city right now, and that is what an offer night is. An offer night, to dive right in, is when you see a property listed that seems way too good to be true. So that means that its asking price, it looks like it's below market value. So a lot of people will get their hopes up when they see these prices and think that this is an accurate depiction of what the property should sell for. This would be false. A lot of listing agents will underprice their properties in order to draw out bids so that they can get above what market value is for their properties. So obviously during this time, there's a lot of questions and concerns that go around with a lot of my clients. So that's why today I really want to dig into what these offer nights are and how you win one. So the first step to an offer night: you cannot have any conditions in your offer. This means we get our mortgage pre-approval ahead of time so we know how much you can afford, and it also means that we do a home inspection ahead of time, or that we review the status certificate ahead of time. So a status certificate is used for a condominium. It's kind of like doing a home inspection for a house, and obviously a home inspection for a house, you can either do your own or the seller will have one done already for you. Typically a seller's home inspection is a little bit less meaty than if you were going to do your own, but in this market, it's not always a great idea to do constantly a bunch of home inspections because they cost about $700 each. The next step to winning an offer night is having your deposit ready to go ahead of time. So deposits are between 5 to 10% of your purchase price. So going to the bank, getting this deposit and saying, hey, we are ready with our offer, here it is, we'll give you that money immediately if we get accepted. That's great. The third key to winning an offer night is to know what the property should sell for. So that obviously comes down to me giving you a list of comparables and saying, based off of what's been happening lately, I see the property selling for this price. The next step is actually figuring out if it's going to sell for that price or if it's going to go far above that price. So during this process, what happens is we get to register a form called an 801, an hour before the presentation takes place. An 801 form tells the seller how many offers are coming in prior to the presentation. So if they get 10 801 forms, then that means that there are 10 offers on the table that you have to compete with. This gives us an idea of what number we need to come in with in order to win. So the way that I work with a lot of clients is I'll say, based off of this, I think that this is the price that we should go in at. If you want to be a little bit more conservative, we can, but in order to make it to the second round, I think we should go for this price. On that topic, second rounds, this is where it gets really fun for the seller and not so much fun for the buyer. Price that you offer the first time should be your best offer. However, the second round is usually given to the top 2 to 3 buyers who are very, very close, and they're given a chance to improve their offer. Usually I'll tell clients that if we're improving on a condo, save an extra 5 to 10 grand to do that extra improvement. If we're doing a house, honestly, depending on the price of the house, you might need to save quite a bit more, and depending on the amount of competition around us. As I've mentioned in subsequent episodes, there's a lot of offer nights with houses where you've got around 30 offers. And if you do, you really, really do have to have the best price going into it. And honestly, in most cases, you are going to overpay, which is very difficult for me to tell all of you over this conversation. But at the end of the day, if you are planning on buying property in Toronto, you should plan to hold it for at least 5 years. That's usually the range I tell people to go in thinking about. And if you end up being able to sell it before 5 years, like most people have been able to, and still see a profit, fantastic. But if you're holding it for 5 years, then that will account for the little bit of overpaying you're gonna have to do in order to win the bid night. If you win the bid night, usually the bid night will take about 3 to 4 hours. Once we find out whether or not you've won it, then I'll let you know, and if you do, then we give in the check and it's yours. So that is what an offer night is, and that's how you can be best prepared. If you have any more questions on it, always feel free to email me. Chat soon, guys. Bye.